Hi everyone, welcome. It's Pip here from queenpipcards.com. Welcome to this month's Suite of Possibilities, which is a video hop, blog hop that I'm doing with my lovely friend Katina in the States. So once you've finished here, please do hop over and see Katina's video. All the links are in the description below, because she also has some designs for you working with this suite. So let me first of all show you where it is in the catalogue. So it is on pages 48, 49 and actually over the page as well on 50. So there's a lot of inspiration in the catalogue as it is. So it starts here and you can see that it's called the Abstract Beauty Suite, and it's made up of all these beautiful elements, lovely card designs here to give you some inspiration. The actual suite comes with all of these products, so a bundle, some embellishments, some cards, an ephemera pack and some papers, which we're going to look at in more detail. But if you flip over the page, you get the full size of the stamp set, which is always handy to help, so that you know how big it is in real life. And you get some more inspiration on this page. And it also tells you that the shapes, all of the shape dies, go through the mini Stampin' cut and emboss, which is cool. So that's what we're going to play with, and I'm going to show you how it looks in real life. So here's the fantastic stamp sets, photopolymer, lots of different squishy shapes and little detail elements, plus some great sentiments. First of all, you're amazing. This calls for a celebration. I miss your face. We miss lots of people's faces these days. Thank you. So happy to know you. And then this one says hello beautiful, which is the same name as the stamp set. I would never really send that to anyone, so I've chopped that in half, just so that you know, in case I pull it out and you're like, oh, why is that only in half? So once you have the stamp set, then obviously you're going to need the dies that go with them. These are great because they have so much layering potential. They're not stitched as such, but they do have this embossing edge. So these dies actually cut and then they leave this embossed impression behind, which I'll show you in more detail in a minute. Both the labels, the two labels and the big circle do that. The others are just straight cut, and I like the fact that you get two to cut hexagons out all together. You can layer the hexagons on top of each other, create cubes. You can create some amazing elements with this. The paper pack comes in 4x6, which is a new size for us. Okay, so it's 10 centimeters and then it's just over like 15 point something centimeters. So it does require just one cut to cut it down to a main, I'm just going to lift this up a bit because you can't see. It just requires one cut to cut it down to a base layer for us in the UK and anywhere outside of North America. But it's just so pretty. Look at all these different options. So much gold going on. Look at that. Look at that. Aren't they gorgeous? So many random patterns. I love this one. This sort of night, almost a night sky with the little droplets of gold on it. That's beautiful. And then I'm in love with these abstract pieces, like this one and this one. And they're so vibrant colours. And then on the back, there are more beautiful designs, obviously. So if I just flip them over, we've got the, oh, this is a spare bit. We've got this bit, this one, so lovely just jade, nice splodges, some checks, some nice sort of rainbows, it's not quite rainbow, but almost rainbow stripes, some dots, beautiful pinks, black and white stripes, pink dots, gorgeous ombre jade there, I love that. And then this beautiful splotchy polished pink, magenta madness. It's a sort of a mix of those. So it's a beautiful pack of papers coming in the small size. So great for just layering straight onto cards. So that's the papers and the stamps, which are normal. And then we have these lovely embellishments. They're called hexagon shapes. We'll be using those in a bit. Just Jade, Blushing Bride and Black, which is always good. Then we get the ephemera pack. This is half a pack because I've used this in a card class. So this is just half of what you get. So you get two of those, two of those, two of those, two blocks like that, two lots of flowers like that. You get loads of vellum shapes, which are just brilliant. little flags and arrows and hearts, and then you get this one as well, which has again got great things to put sentiments on and just little embellishment pieces. I love this heart, isn't that gorgeous? So at the end I'll show you all the cards I've made with that, but I'm just now going to take you through the final piece of the bundle, or the suite should I say, and that's a set of these cards. Now again, I don't have a whole pack because I've sent them all off, but you'll see them when I've made the cards. So the envelopes alone are just gorgeous, right? Look at all of that, just beautiful, beautiful, with all their lovely inserts, like just printed straight on. Aren't they great? And then the cards themselves, these are 4x6, so the papers fit on them perfectly. You've got these ones. I don't know if I've got some different envelopes. Oh no, here we go. So there's this one as well. That one's the same, that one's the same. But you get like a black one that's all splodgy, a blue one, I think there's a yellow one that's all splodgy as well. You have some more different envelopes, so I've got another, must have sent out different envelopes. I've got this one and this one. I think we've seen these ones now, and that one, yeah, so loads of differences. So they're all different, that's the thing, and you can mix and match the envelopes with whichever. So this would go with this card, for example, both of those would go with that, and then you've got this sort of greeny blue pinky one. I mean, they're all different, and the envelopes, there's also ones with oranges and all that kind of stuff, so this would also go with this one. So it's just lovely. Anyway, so those are all the card bases. So I'm going to show you some inspiration with those in a bit. Okay, so I'm going to start with the stamp set, Hello Beautiful, and I'm going to do a very simple card. I've cut out some pieces in the hexagon shapes, and I've cut down this front layer so it sits perfectly onto a card base. I've got a white hexagon, I've got a Blushing Bride one. This is from one of the papers, just chopped out the bit that matches the colour here, and then this sort of grey splotchy, because it kind of goes with the greys that are on there. And I'm going to stamp first in here in this Blushing Bride, just stamped and stamped off. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper and take this sort of splotchy one. There we go. Ink that up, but then stamp it right off. I want the really pale sort of third generation layer going on there. Stamp that on. See, so it's nice and pale. That looks good. And then in Smoky Slate, I'm using the little swirly sort of squiggly line, the long line. Okay, that's going to go on here, like so. And then we'll do This Calls for a Celebration in the Memento Black. Now, this is actually cased from the catalogue, but using different colours. And I love doing that as a starting point, just to, you know, get my eye in, work out what I want to do, try something new. There we go. So we've got that kind of underscore of the celebration and the wording there. That's cool. And to put this together, I'm going to use Stampin' Seal, mainly because it has so much gold on it. So when you use something that has the gold foil, the liquid glue can show through, I find, sort of squiggly lines. Oops. So you can get yourself a little bit sort of stuck with that, and a bit too many nasty lumps and bumps sometimes just under the foil pieces. It's because the foiling obviously stops it from being absorbed quite as well as it does on normal cardstock. So I like the fact that we have an alternative and that we can use our seal. So make sure that's your card front. Yep. And pop that down. Actually, it's too bouncy. It needs to be. I need to burnish that, but I haven't got I haven't done that quite the right order. There we go. That's better. There we go. Right, let's burnish that. I should have done that beforehand. There we go. Oh, and it doesn't work on this silicone mat. I have to go and take it off camera. Hold on a second. I'm not switching it out for another one I've done before, I promise you. I'm just burnishing it on my table because that's better. Okay, so that's our lovely now card base. How easy was that? And then we'll pop this up with some dimensionals. She says, oh, I need to open a new packet. Oh, I need a new packet. So popping this up with dimensionals. I like the fact that they match. It's probably me just with my OCD, but I do like the fact that we now have hexagon shapes that go with our hexagonal dimensionals. Oh dear. There we go. See, they fit the space beautifully. No soggy middles here. Alright. And then I'm popping that down there-ish. Cover up just a little bit of that gold foil. And then these I'm doing flat onto the card. Again with some seal. This one can just come down here, I think. Take that. I might even move it over a little bit more. Like so. Should I cut it in that way? Do I want it to get... No. I want it to be the same, I think. Do I want it to be different? No, I think it needs to be the same. So we'll pop that one in there. Like so. And then this one can go sort of over here-ish. Like so. I like that. So it doesn't quite match because I put this one too far down, but it's okay. It's fine. It'll work. Oh no, that needs to be up the other way. Definitely more up the other way. There we go. There we go. And then we can just sprinkle in a few of these nice hexagons, little gems, and pop those in the middle, I think. So we'll just, oops, grab one of those, put one there, one up there, and then we can do just a little one maybe up there, like so. I might actually put some black around here as well, actually. I do love these black ones, and they do match obviously with this, so I might put one over there, one up there, one over there. Cool. There we go. So that's our first card done with our lovely gold foiling. Ooh. And then these lovely little hexagons all over the place. So that's my first project. So for the next card I wanted to show you something that's just slightly different. First thing I've got is my smoky slate base, and I'm using smoky slate ink, and we're just going to add a few of these little tiny dots. Okay, so some bit of random patterning coming. Try and make it random if you can. Don't worry about the gaps in the middle, because now I have my little splodgy thing that's going to come in here as well. There we go. Okay, and then we'll do the same down at the other end. It's just to add a little bit of interest to this backing card, because we've got something going in the middle. There. Stick one there, just something like that, so it's just got a little bit of interest going on in the back. Then I've taken a piece of basic black and I've run it through the new hexagon embossing folder, which doesn't actually, it's called Hive. It's the Hive 3D embossing folder, and it's actually part of another suite. It's part of the suite Heart and Home, but it's got hexagons on it, so it's perfect to coordinate with this suite as well. So I've taken that, run that piece through a hexagon, through the Hive embossing folder, Then what I did was I took one of the pieces of paper, it's the gold spotty one on the back, and I just cut out some hexagons from it. And I'm now going to attach that to the back here. Now for this one, I'm going to have to use... no, we can do this. It'll be fine with this, I think. We'll use seal. Get it into all the places if we can. There we go. I mean, you can use multi-purpose glue, and if you're careful it will dry, it'll be fine. So I'm going to pop just a few little touches of multi-purpose in the areas that I can't get to. So here, here. But I'm going to try and keep it to the white bits, not to the gold bits, and then it won't show through so bad. There we go. You can get quite a lot of these bits done, like so. Okay. And then a bit there. Alrighty, so now we're going to attach that to this hive piece, and you can decide which way up you want it. It does come with these funny bobbly bits on it. That's as designed. If you look in the catalogue, it's exactly as designed, but it does generally look like a beehive, piece of honeycomb. There we go. So we'll pop that down. So now we have the lovely little hive design showing through our hexagon hive design, if you see what I mean, if that makes sense. And then choose which way up you want it. I'm going this way, and then on the back of this I'm going to use multi-purpose glue because it's quite thick anyway. Now it's been embossed. Can you hear how thick that is when you run your glue over it? So I don't think I want to stand it up again on foam, but you could if you wanted to. There we go, pop that down on there. Then what I did was I've cut out one of these little labels, and you see what I mean about that embossing piece that comes out through that? It's so cool. It's great. That's just big enough to have the thank you popped right in the middle of it. And again, I'm going with basic black so that it pops off the label. There we are, like so. And that piece that I trimmed off from this card so it would fit, flipped it over, and now I'm using it on this card as a bit of an element to go across here. So for this I am going to have to use glue because but it's only going to be a little smidgy, so it should be fine. If I can get any glue coming out, there we go. Should be okay. I'll pop it on because the foil's down, not up, so that's all right. So I'm going to pop that on. I just want it to sit just on that edge and just over a little bit there. There we go. Oops, a little bit further up. Nice. And then I've die cut some vellum hive pieces, some of these vellum hexagons, and using seal on the back of here, I'm going to position them where I want them and then pick them up with the seal. So I want one sort of here and one sort of here, and then pick them up with the seal on here. But don't stick it down because that will be lifted up on dimensionals. It's just a quick and easy way of grabbing hold of everything. Okay, so pop that on there. Put this on your card front, which is just Blushing Bride again, so it all matches in. There we go. And then dimensionals now on the back of this, and they can go over the vellum and in the middle. There we go. And now you know that when you pop that down, your vellum pieces are perfectly where you wanted them to be, like so. And then we can add just a couple more. I think some of these black ones are going to be just spot on. So we'll pop a little one up here put it on there? Actually, I quite like it on there. Little one there. And then we can go off with smaller ones. Like so. And then we can have a bigger one just tucked under, like that. And a medium one sort of coming down here like this. There we go. So that was 2 quick and easy cards. Obviously I've done the die cutting beforehand, but this is so easy to do. It's just three runs, because this is one piece. So 1, 2, 3, straight through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And there we have the 2 cards we've made today. But let me show you some more. So these are cards that I've used. This one was one of our paper party designs. I'm just going to show you one. That's all you get. But it uses the paper. Then I did this one. This reminded me of the first thing I saw when I saw these hexagons was a game show that we used to have for children in the UK called Blockbusters. And they had to create a gold line from one edge to the other by answering questions, which started with letters. And so there's a very famous phrase, "Give me a P, Bob, please." So yeah, so that was part of my thinking. It's just like, oh, it's a blockbuster going for gold across the card. So that was that one that I did. And then I thought, let's go into quilting, because my friend has started quilting. So with her help, I came up with this design, because she's got the eye for quilting. So I just thought that was lovely. Really punchy with this paper, pumpkin pie and Night of Navy. And then I've got some stamping. So, you know, this is all blotchy stuff, blotchy stamping. So I love that abstract kind of stamping design. Then this one with more blotchy stuff and a really different layout for me. So that's that one. And then the next 4 are all made with the cards. I'm trying to think. Problem is they're not memories and more cards. They're just cards and envelopes that go with the ephemera pack. So here's a Valentine's Day one. Love you much. This one just adds just this little piece of paper here to this dark blue background and some strips, and then that gorgeous heart, which I love. This one, again, a little bit of stamping using the hello. And then finally my favourite, this one. This black, gold and pink just calls to me. I love this combination. So this calls for celebration again. So there we go. Lots of designs for you here. I don't know how many I've got here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different designs, all from one suite. Just goes to show what you can do with a suite when, you know, you get going and you just start thinking about how the papers go with the stamps, or how you can use them separately and individually. And the ephemera pack is it's just brilliant. And it's so cheap. It's a great little add-on. These note cards and the ephemera pack is brilliant. So there you go, that's our suite of possibilities for this month with Abstract Beauty. I hope you will hop over and see Katina's makes as well, and join us again next month for our next suite of possibilities. Thank you ever so much for watching. My name is Pip Todman, I run Queen Pip Cards, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I also run a membership called Card Making Know-How, which if you need to know how to make cards, you are more than welcome to join, and all the details are in the description below. Thanks ever so much, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.